And so you knew they were going to come for you. You had to know that. Now, to the degree that they're doing so, I get where you're coming from.
The WNBA is rocking. What could we have more? I mean, I just think, from a salary standpoint.
I mean, I'm just really happy for this organization, obviously. I mean, look at these fans. They're incredible. So if it wasn't for them, I don't know if they'd be here.
Remember when Angel Reese was at the peak of her game? An NCAA champion, a social media sensation, and a rising WNBA star? Now, she's facing a potential lifetime ban, and her once promising career is in serious jeopardy. So, how did everything fall apart so quickly? We're unpacking the dramatic journey from college stardom to professional exile, and the unexpected twists that led to Angel Reese's stunning downfall.
The Chicago Sky said goodbye to Teresa Weatherspoon, saying that it was time to, quote, make a change.
Would Angel Reese prematurely end her rookie season to spare herself the embarrassment of losing Rookie of the Year to Caitlin Clark?
Trust me, this story is wilder than any last-second buzzer beater. Remember when Angel Reese ruled college basketball? Let's take a moment to rewind. Picture her on the court, dominating every play, setting records, and trash-talking her way to greatness. She wasn't just winning, she was rewriting the rules. A true powerhouse in the NCAA, her performances left fans speechless and opponents stunned. But then, something strange happened. Reese entered the WNBA, and suddenly, she's struggling to even hit double digits in half her games. What happened? It feels like we're watching a completely different athlete. That fierce, confident Reese from college? She's gone missing. Now, she's off rhythm, missing shots that used to be automatic. And here's the kicker. While Reese is trying to find her footing, Caitlin Clark is out here smashing rookie records like it's nothing.
But sometimes it's very disrespectful. I think there's a lot of racism when it comes to it.
But she's pretending like there is something there. There's one person who is driving all this, and it's Angel Reese.
Clark's jump to the pros has been nothing short of seamless. She's putting up stats that even veteran players would envy. It's almost like she stole Reese's mojo. The difference between these two former college stars couldn't be more glaring. Meanwhile, the pressure is mounting on Reese. She's trying everything: trash talk, faking injuries, even making controversial statements about Clark. But nothing is working. Her performance isn't improving, and her behavior is starting to rub fans and teammates the wrong way. It's tough to watch. You can see the desperation in her eyes every time she steps onto the court. So, why was Angel Reese banned from the WNBA for life? Buckle up, because this is where things take a wild turn. In a last-ditch effort to save her career, Reese turned to steroids, hoping they'd give her the edge to compete with Clark. Shocking, right? A college icon, once destined for greatness, chose to cheat. But here's the twist. Even with performance enhancers, she still couldn't keep up. The steroids didn't bring back her college form. They just added fuel to an already spiraling downfall. Instead of rising, her pro career went up in flames.
Attention. You were being an attention whore. And so, because your basketball couldn't do it, you went to other things.
It's a cautionary tale about the risks of chasing shortcuts to success. Reese's desperate decision was only the beginning. Ever wonder how a player can go from dominating the college scene to barely making an impact in the pros? The answer might surprise you. It involves someone no one saw coming. Enter Teresa Weatherspoon, a WNBA legend turned head coach for the Chicago Sky. She was meant to be Reese's mentor, the guiding hand to help her navigate the challenging leap from college star to professional athlete.
Do I need to call you the female version of Steph Curry, or do I need to call Steph Curry the male version of Caitlin Clark? I mean, which one is it?
I think more than anything, it's surprising, you guys didn't know, this is how women's sports are played. Come on.
But instead of helping Reese find her footing, Weatherspoon allegedly took things in a completely different and shocking direction. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe my channel for more awesome content. Thanks. You might be thinking, there's no way a Hall of Fame coach would ever hand out steroids like candy, right? But according to reports, that's exactly what happened. Teresa Weatherspoon, a WNBA icon, allegedly put her entire legacy on the line to support a struggling rookie. It's as if she forgot everything she once stood for. Let's break it down. Weatherspoon sees Reese faltering, watches Caitlin Clark dominate night after night, and decides that the only way to compete is to cheat. But it wasn't just passive neglect. She allegedly encouraged Reese to start using steroids. A desperate move to keep up with Clark's meteoric rise. Inside the Chicago Sky locker room, chaos took over. Imagine being one of the other players, showing up to practice, giving it your all, playing by the rules, only to see your coach focus all her energy on juicing up the rookie. Morale? Gone. Trust? Destroyed. And sure enough, the Sky's season unraveled. Loss after loss piled up, and the blame game exploded. On the court, in the media, and behind closed doors.
So, Caitlin Clark, if you're out there, you are one of the GOATs of our games, and we appreciate you.
Yes, sir! Yeah, baby!
Players were frustrated, fans were baffled, and the front office looked like it was in full-blown panic mode. It was like watching a car crash in slow motion, only on a basketball court. And here's what's really twisted. Weatherspoon threw away her own legacy trying to save Reese's, and it didn't even work. The steroids didn't magically transform Reese into a WNBA star. All that cheating, all that risk, only for her to still be outshined by Clark and end up with a lifetime ban. Talk about a lose-lose. But the fallout didn't stop there. Reese's ban was just the beginning. The WNBA had never seen a steroid scandal of this scale, and now the league was facing a crisis it never thought it would have to deal with.
If you're her coach and you care about her, you're not doing this. You shouldn't be making the focus another statistic.
Angel Reese is the villain, Caitlin Clark is the hero, and Angel Reese continued to play into it last night by getting ejected, and it's almost like it's all scripted.
How did the league handle it? Let's just say things spiraled out of control fast. Reese was using steroids, Weatherspoon was allegedly enabling it, and the Chicago Sky were falling apart on the court. But believe it or not, it gets even worse. Once the WNBA caught wind of the scandal, they didn't hesitate. No slap on the wrist. No short-term suspension. They came down hard, hitting Angel Reese with a lifetime ban. That's right, not just sidelined, but completely barred from ever playing professional basketball in the league again. Sounds extreme? Maybe. But here's the thing. The WNBA had never faced a steroid scandal of this magnitude before. And they needed to send a clear message: this kind of cheating won't be tolerated.
To the season, and when I was in my press conference and I was talking about being sexualized, like, I guess people thought that was like because I post pictures in my bathing suits. No, like
a representation of us as women in many different departments. That's important for women to see that no matter what it is that we want to become, we can.
This wasn't just a case of a player accidentally taking a banned substance. This was a star rookie and a Hall of Fame coach allegedly teaming up to cheat the system, and it couldn't have come at a worse time. The WNBA is trying to grow, attract new fans, and earn more respect. Now, instead of headlines about rising talent and thrilling games, they are stuck cleaning up a scandal. So how did Reese's choices impact her team's playoff hopes? Brace yourself. It's ugly. The Chicago Sky plummeted from playoff contenders to bottom feeders in record time. They ended the season with a dismal 13-27 record, nowhere near the postseason. It was like watching a championship-caliber team suddenly perform like a struggling high school JV squad. But the damage didn't stop with Chicago. The entire league took a hit. Fans started questioning everything. Is that breakout performance real, or is someone else juicing? The trust between the league and its audience cracked. It's like finding out Santa isn't real. Only this time, it's for die-hard basketball fans. And as for Reese, she's not going quietly. She's lashing out, pointing fingers, making wild accusations, and trying to drag others down with her. It's like watching a meltdown in real time, except the tantrum isn't coming from a child, but from a pro athlete, and it's leaving scorched earth behind.
Now people are calling you out on it when you post things like this on social media.
Although many people don't want to give Angel her credit, there's no doubt that the hero versus villain story is working in the WNBA's favor as well as Caitlin Clark's favor.
The WNBA is doing its best to manage the fallout, but it's like trying to put out a forest fire with a squirt gun. Press conferences, official statements, they are scrambling to control the narrative, but the damage is already done. Now, instead of talking scores and stats, people are buzzing about steroids and scandals. While the league tried to spin the story, the real drama was playing out behind the scenes. How does a college champion go from the top of the world to total disgrace in under a year? The answer? A social media meltdown that even Reese's harshest critics didn't see coming. Let's talk about the fallout. Reese's career? Over before it ever really began. She went from being an NCAA icon to a WNBA outcast almost overnight. One minute she was on top, The next, she was watching everything she built fall apart. And Weatherspoon? She's not faring much better. Her coaching career is in ruins. Decades of respect as a WNBA legend, gone in an instant. Her legacy, once defined by highlight reels and leadership, is now overshadowed by controversy. No one's talking about her greatest plays anymore, just the scandal that brought it all crashing down.
The old heads, the ones who are petty, the ones who are jealous, the ones who can't get on the new wave, is what is continuing to hold the league back.
Think was gonna happen, honestly. Work on look, Angel Reese has got some basketball skills. She does.
People are left wondering, how did Angel Reese mess things up this badly? The Chicago Sky are stuck picking up the pieces. They've got to rebuild both their roster and their reputation from the ground up. It's like starting from zero, but with a giant asterisk looming over everything. Fans are doubtful, sponsors are on edge, and the front office is working around the clock to clean up the wreckage. But here's where it gets even crazier. After her suspension, Reese went on a full-blown social media tirade. She called out everyone, the league, her own teammates, even Caitlin Clark. It was like watching a train wreck in real time. Rants, private messages exposed, wild accusations, nothing was off limits. Her online meltdown became the show, and everyone had a front row seat. Meanwhile, the WNBA is in full PR crisis mode. They are trying to show they can handle scandals like the NBA does, but let's be honest, this is a whole different beast. They are pushing out press releases, holding emergency meetings, doing damage control non-stop, but every time they respond, Reese drops another explosive tweet. And just like that, they are playing catch-up all over again.
And because of Angel's Rodman-esque rebounding, never seen anything quite like it. She has run away.
Caitlin Clark hasn't done anything. She goes out and plays basketball. I've never seen her trash talk. I've never seen her taunt Angel Reese. There's nothing there.
And here's the kicker. Some fans are actually defending Reese. Hard to believe, right? They argue that the punishment was too severe, that she deserves a second chance. And just like that, the WNBA community is divided. Comment sections have turned into battlegrounds. Friendships are ending over Twitter debates. The league is basically having a public identity crisis. So, what can we learn from this whole Angel Reese disaster? One bad decision can bring everything crashing down. Not just a career, but an entire team, even an entire league. It's like watching dominoes fall. Only these dominoes are people's dreams and reputations. Now, the WNBA is staring down the biggest challenge in its history. Can they recover from a scandal this big? Or is this the start of a downward spiral? Some experts say the league needs a complete overhaul, from drug testing protocols to leadership and governance. They've got to win back the trust of their fans. And that won't be easy. Because at this point, it's no longer just about Reese or Weatherspoon. It's about the future of women's professional basketball. The WNBA is at a crossroads, and what happens next could change everything.